Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop! Woohoo!
Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Chancellor Brewington.
Welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We are back with Chancellor Brewington. What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington? You guys can be the first brewer to chime in. 402-464-5685. If you want to put a face to the voice, use the streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Outlook, channel 961. We are a couple days away from Husker football versus Rutgers on Saturday. I'm sure we'll dive into it plenty throughout this hour. And then don't forget, Ticket Weeknights, we have extended with some more shows. Kyle Perry will be after Brewington. Uncut, the former Husker pitcher. He will be going from 9 to 10 o'clock, which is perfect timing because we do have the World Series going on right now. So if you want your thoughts, given from a person who's actually played baseball at a Division I level, Kyle Perry, you can bring him then during that hour. But let's bring in the host for this show, Chancellor Brewington. How's it going on a Thursday night?
Thursday night, I'm doing great. Thursday is a fun show because obviously we don't get to do our predictions so on Friday, of course. So today is the day we do them. We like to start with quarter century wisdom, but I really just want to get straight into it.
We could do that.
I just want to get straight into it.
I don't have much wisdom to say.
Yeah,
right now. I've been pretty fired up all week for this game.
Yeah, I'm fired up and might as well just get into it. And so I really believe, Harrison, I'm getting right into it, starting off hot. I believe that this is the most important game for the whole Nebraska season.
No, this is an interesting game you're going to play here because when you win this game, then it's the next game, right?
Right. But if
isn't it always the game in front of you?
But if you lose this game,
then it's still Indiana.
Well, no. I mean, now you're going to hit a snowball effect. If you can't beat Rutgers, right, you're not going to win against Indiana, and you have no hope against Ohio State.
Okay, so you're seeing this one as a domino effect.
Yeah, this is for sure. These next 3 games, I say it's like obviously Ohio State's, that's a different scenario, but I would say these next 2 games, I would say Rutgers and Indiana, I say you win or you lose.
That's how we should label those going forward, as opposed to just the most important game, the domino effect game.
Yeah,
because I see what you're saying there.
Yeah, because think about it. So you lose Rutgers, you're probably going to carry into Indiana and lose that one. And then if you lose against those guys, you're definitely going to lose against Ohio State, right? And I don't believe that's going to happen. I'll get into my Rutgers prediction. But if you beat Rutgers, right, you go into Indiana ranked, right? Indiana will be a little lower than 23 as they are right now. They'll probably be around 18, 19. They played Northwestern, get a couple points, but also
Northwestern, I think, is probably the worst Big Ten team right now.
Yeah,
UCLA, Northwestern, take the poison.
Yeah, they'll get a couple more points just because they're undefeated, right? One of the only undefeated teams.
And it's conference play.
Exactly. So they'll bump up a little bit more. Expecting them maybe around 19, 18. I think that would be you know, that would be probably right around 20, I would say.
I'd say high teens, low 20s.
Yeah. And so when you look at these 2 games, now if you beat Indiana, you get your first ranked win against a ranked opponent since 2016, I believe. And then you go into Ohio State. The talk around the Ohio State game changes now. Now you got 2 big wins under your belt, right? Rutgers is right outside the top 25. I believe they're like 30 to 31. They're right outside of it.
They are on the votes list, but towards the bottom.
Exactly. So now if you lose Rutgers and Indiana, the Ohio State game, nobody talks about it.
No.
Nobody.
Why would you?
Wait,
even if you win that game,
there's no narrative.
You're still not. No chance you're going to the college football playoff.
Yeah, there's no narrative. You win Rutgers, you win Indiana. Now the whole world is saying, wait, Nebraska is what are they? What would it be?
They'd be 6-1.
6-1. Wait, they're 6-1
with some ranked opponent wins.
Wait, hold on. And then Ohio State, do they play?
Then they got USC would be another ranked matchup they'll get.
They'll play Iowa and Oregon before us, right? So you just never know, right? You never know. Oregon might show us a little something, but that's the domino effect that we're talking about. So getting this win against Rutgers is tremendous for Nebraska.
Well, you almost saw some of that domino effect after losing to Illinois. That first half Purdue felt like part of that domino effect where it's like, maybe. I don't know if that was just frustration from the penalties or what. I still can't fully describe the first half of Purdue.
It was a weird half.
The offense was moving, but you're 1 for 8 on third downs at the end of the game. You're make it past the opponent's 40. You're in enemy territory.
Majority of the drives.
Every drive.
Yeah.
And you come out with 0 points. It was the most ugly and bizarre game to watch.
It was like second down or third down, end up with a sack.
And that's what scares me about Nebraska this year.
Yeah.
I'm glad they fixed it in the second half, but that is the type of crap that has just killed Nebraska in the past.
Right.
Like 4 quarters together. Not 1 quarter here, another quarter there. You have to put 4 quarters together. Otherwise, you will be chasing Ohio State, Michigan, if Michigan holds on to that, prominence, relevancy. But you'll be chasing forever if you can't figure out to put quarter 1 through quarter 4 together.
And especially, you play a Greg Schiano, yeah. Greg Schiano.
Haven't lost to Rutgers yet. Important.
Yeah.
Don't start that.
Oh, we haven't?
Yeah. No. Well, it's not super long. Rutgers. 2015 is when that started, and we have yet to lose. I think it's Rutgers is 0-5 or 0-6. You guys can correct us, but I want to say this will be the 6th game versus Rutgers.
Well, one thing I love about Shiano's football teams is that they're super sound on special teams. They always have some type of Australian punter that punts it a mile, right?
Mhm.
Great on special teams. Even though they did get a field goal blocked against Washington, and they really should have. If you watch the Washington game, they should have lost. They should have lost. They got the field goal blocked. Washington's going to go down 2 minute, and probably score again. And then next play, once obviously it gets overturned, Rutgers goes and throws a touchdown. So it's just funny how football works sometimes. But when you look at Shiano's football team, super sound on defense. Sound. I wouldn't say elite. I wouldn't say good. I would just say sound. Sound DB play, sound linebacker play. I would say they have the only thing on their defense I would say is good is their D line. I'd say they have a good D line. Linebackers are good, but one thing they do is they send pressure from everywhere.
Yeah, safeties, corners, they do that.
Hey, oh my
year.
gosh,
that's a Greg Schiano staple.
Yeah, they'll get the DBs involved in the pressure game. They'll run simulated pressure to the field. Second play of the Washington game was a corner blitz. It's constant.
I think they got that corner blitz too, right?
Huh?
Didn't it work for them?
If I believe correctly,
I want to say they actually had a decent amount of success with Washington with those blitz packages.
No, they did. They to be honest though, they didn't though.
Let me look at the stats of how many sacks they got, and then also see how many times they pressured.
Well, it wasn't so much the sack part. When they pressured, Washington would run inside zone into their pressures and do certain runs into their pressures, and then they ended up hit. Every run Washington hit was, they would send a free safety blitz, or they would send a field pressure. So Washington caught them in a lot of pressures and a lot of blitzes, and Washington ended up hitting all those runs. So Rutgers was just out of position on some stuff, literally running the ball into blitzes. So.
Man, how did Rutgers win this game? Going through these stats.
I'm telling you, and who was it? Joe Klatt? He was talking about Nebraska. Rutgers ain't really a 4-0 team. People giving them too much respect.
They gave up 521 yards to their 300 and still won the game.
Yeah, Rogers was dicing them boys up.
Mm-hmm. They were Rutgers was 7 for 15 on third downs, compared to Washington's 2 for 12. Yeah, this is a weird game. I need to watch not just the highlight package. I need to sit back and just rewatch this whole game.
Yeah, because I had an opportunity to watch it because it was a Friday night, and so when you watch it, you're kind of seeing a high energy D line. That's one thing I'll take away. Super high energy, number 71. Kind of like a unorthodox kind of pass rusher DN guy, but he's one of them high energy guys that get in the backfield, causes some problems along with a lot of those D linemen. And they were the same way when we played them back in 22. They were just super high energy, would pressure from this side.
Well, they got 0 sacks versus Washington, so you were right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So but when you look at the film, they're doing good things. It's not all bad. It's just you have a really good backer in Powell. He'll probably get drafted. He's 6'5", like a tree, 6'5", 250.
Late round draft pick, but
yeah, he'll definitely get picked up by somebody. Just off those measurables. But you have some good pieces, and of course Kyle Monungai. I would say he's a top 5 back in the Big Ten. Okay, Harrison.
No, I'm just thinking.
He's gonna get drafted.
Saying you're wrong.
He's gonna get drafted. He'll be a top 4, top 5 round pick for sure.
Yeah, okay. I was just going through the names, man.
Oh
just
my
take a breather.
gosh.
Take a breather. I'm not down.
He's running better than Edwards this year, and Edwards obviously is a second,
second string over.
Second string. I would say Michigan's guy is probably 1. Ohio State has a good back. Penn State has a good back, and I would say Monungai is up there, top 4.
Emmett if he got more carries.
Yeah, Emmett if he got for real.
He's a hell of a back.
He reminds me of and this is no disrespect to Genty out of Boise State. He just has similar qualities. Kind of he's a smaller guy, low center of mass of gravity, whatever you want to call it. But he takes hits, takes collisions, stays on his feet. He's able to. He forces game tackling. He forces guys have to run, cross field to make tackles. I think that kind of breaks down a defense as well.
I think you could argue when it comes to balance, maybe has the best out there for
Yeah.
the running backs.
Yeah, in the Big Ten at least.
Uh-huh.
When you're looking at it. As far as this Rutgers offense goes, super simple.
Yep.
I mean, you can guess what they're gonna run. They're a type of team which it's interesting because you would think to complement a good, I would say average defense, I said sound defense, right? You would kind of want like some type of explosive offense to go along with it, but I think with quarterback play, you can't really do that. I wouldn't say he's the type of quarterback where he's gonna go and throw for 300. He's gonna go for 250.
Me and DeMorney talked about this. You shut down the run game and you put the ball game in the control of Cal McManus's hand.
It could get ugly.
Yeah, you put that running back under 100 yards for the day. That's a win for Nebraska.
100.
Under 100.
I might need to go a little bit lower than that. He ran for 125 last week.
I know, but I think that I mean they got what, 21? Yeah, 21
I think
points.
under 65 yards.
I think their passing defense was pretty leaky for Washington. I don't think they get that same sort of results.
But if you let him run for 100 yards, they're gonna win the game.
I think so. That's why you keep him under 100.
If he run for 95, he's gonna win the game.
Or maybe it was 5 yards. We're splitting hairs at 5 yards.
I think he might. I'm just saying,
All right.
like, I think you have to make a statement. And like we're talking about though, if you take out the run the first half, and let's say they get it going second half a little bit, right? Third quarter, but if you establish it first half, and all of a sudden the main play they run, split zone, inside zone, a little bit of power, stuff like that. If you take that away, you're gonna have a field day. And I think Raiola, this will be a good test. I would say Raiola's best test and the best team we played so far is Illinois. I'll still stand on that.
I agree.
I think if Rutgers and Illinois play, Illinois probably handles them pretty easily. And I would honestly say I think Colorado is the second best team we played, bro. I'm be honest with you. Just looking at things, I think we just dominated them in a fashion. But when you go and look at Colorado, where they're playing teams right now, they're not playing bad football. Obviously, it's high powered, not a lot of defense, right? But I think if Colorado and Rutgers play, I think Colorado could get it done, to be honest with you.
Yeah, as we go forward, I would have disagreed with you, but yeah. I think the energy we just had in that game, and that's
just different.
That's what pissed me off about the Illinois game.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Friday night, maybe.
Yeah, but Illinois didn't have that problem. So what's our excuse? You're at home.
Right. I'm just trying to find some type of variable.
You're playing devil's advocate just for the sake of it. But it's like you could take care of your home games because you dropped that one to Illinois and talk about the domino effect, right?
Yeah.
Say you don't take care of business here. Then you're on the road. Bloomington, Indiana's got some magic about them. That's not going to be the same sleepy Bloomington that you're used to heading to.
Yeah.
All right. They feel good.
Yeah.
That's like year one with that head coach, and they're 5-0.
Yeah. And
then
you
got Ohio.
Google me.
Yeah. Google me.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And we did.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Because it works. I mean, his stats don't lie. Then you're on the road versus Ohio State. So you got to take these home games for granted because you might have a brutal road stretch, especially if you drop this one. That's that domino effect I think you're talking about.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you get this one. Now people are talking. Now fans really are like, oh my goodness, we're back.
Mm-hmm. One game away from bowling.
One game away from bowling. And we're not even like halfway. We're halfway through the year.
Yeah, we'd be 7 games in.
Yeah. So like this is a whole different vibe, a whole different atmosphere. This is the one. I would say this is the one. I mean, you're 4-1. To get this done means to I would just say it changes the landscape of the season. It can, at least. If you get it, you have to get it. You have to get it. You have to find a way, especially on offense. They're going to send pressure. O-line just has to do a good job communicating. They're going to send it from the middle. They're going to send it off the edges. They're going to send it from corner, from nickel, from outside linebacker, from everything, right? So if we can just communicate and pick these up, man, I'm going to give my prediction right now.
Okay. I already gave mine, so I'll go with you.
I think if defense holds Kyle Monungai under 68 yards, I'm going 68. I don't know. I just felt that, Harrison. He's going to go for like 18 rushes, 68 yards. The second back goes for like 20 or 30 yards, right? Maybe he goes for 40. right? So under 100 yards rushing, right, or just above 100 yards rushing. Quarterback throws for about 160, 170. You keep them under 14 points. Offense scores 28 to 31. I would say so. I'll probably say 31 to like 14 or 28-14.
28-14.
28-14.
I got a big win for the Skurs. 35-10.
Oh, wow.
I think this Rutgers team is overhyped.
Man, that's what I love to hear, Harrison.
I do.
Oh,
I
we're
do.
can I change mine now?
Yeah, you can do it.
We're going 38-13.
38-13. I like it.
Because Harrison said so. If he's hyped, I gotta get hyped.
What, am I just that mellow all the time?
Yeah, it's just kind of like I don't know. Sometimes, like you're taking on the ticket producers. They've all Sorensen, Rico, all them boys has been kind of like
Hey, how long have you been here, buddy? You keep that attitude checked down a little bit. Coming in here, taking over. That's crazy. No, I am very excited about this Husker team. I think
you gotta be.
I think the defense. My whole thing is Rutgers is such a rhythm team, and that has been the case with Greg Schiano. You force 3 and outs early, and again, I think if you shut down the run game, you put the ball in Kaliak-Manis's hands. It is a long day for Rutgers.
If it goes to a close game, you like Rutgers then?
Even if it's a close game, I don't. If it's a close game, I'm still going to go with Nebraska because home crowd advantage. I'm going to give them the edge there. But yeah, the only way this game scares me if it's like first, second quarter, they're breaking out runs, and then they got us because that's when their OC is effective. When they're not going to blow you away with explosive plays, but if they're able to move the chains consistently, then we saw that what that did to Nebraska's defense versus Illinois. Just a wide open runs. We got guys guessing. People aren't like the defense just didn't look comfortable. They looked frustrated.
Right.
And we just had guys just not even in the right spot because they just could not. That's the one danger of the 3-3-5 is if you get that run game working, it makes them for some guesswork on the edges.
Yeah, and this is like one thing they kind of changed from last year. Last year, they didn't line up in gaps as far as linebacker play, and now they are lining up in gaps. So it changes a little bit because usually, so like when you look at like defenses across college football, across usually the nation, not a lot of teams running 3-3-5, of course, right?
Yeah, I can't really. Does anybody in the Big Ten outside of us? Obviously, like I know TCU does, but
no, I don't believe so.
Syracuse, I don't know if they still run it. If the new DC kept it after Tony White left,
yeah.
But you guys can chime in. Give me the 3-3-5 defenses out there, but it's not widely spread yet. It is becoming more popular though.
Yeah. One thing about usual like defense across the nation, usually they'll have like gap assignments. So like, linebacker, if it's, run to left, whatever power, whatever it is, they'll practice like, okay, we're in this gap. We're going to make sure the D line correlates with the linebackers fits to the safeties fits and all these things. And honestly, like when we were having problems at Nebraska earlier, like before Rule was here.
During the Frost era when you were playing?
Yeah, during the Frost era, it was because our D-line run fits and gaps weren't synced up with the safeties. So a lot of times you would have, these gaping holes and everyone would be like, what's going on? Well, our D-line and safeties aren't synced up. And that causes a bunch of issues. But with this defense, they don't have gaps. They just play football. No, seriously. It's not like a gap, B gap, C gap, whatever. Obviously, you're vicing, the football. You're going to contain it. You're going to do those type of things. But like, they're just running to the football, scraping over top, spilling, doing all that good stuff and playing football.
And we got Javen Wright back, and that's a big deal.
And we got Javen Wright back.
I mean, how big of a deal is that? I know not just because you know him personally. But,
yeah, I'll go no bias.
I mean, he went in there. He didn't play a ton, but he got 3 tackles still.
Yeah.
In that last game.
Yeah.
And he's coming off what is not his first rodeo either, but a pretty scary, health issue going on. That it's a couple times now where that's gone on, but luckily he's able to come back. If you're watching Jason 3, it was cool. They gave him a full segment. They broke it down, but he's a damn good player that fits that defense. That's exactly, I think, what you look for if you're trying to run a 3-3-5. So it's kind of awkward. Like they don't really fit a position, but they're long, they're athletic, they're fast, and they're still size-wise way enough to be solid tacklers, especially in open space. So how big is it having Javen Wright back? Not only just versus Purdue, but this is the second game, and he already got some reps under his legs, so he's not going to be completely fresh.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, I'll hit on his reps first. I think the biggest thing was just getting him acclimated, getting his wind back, because I think a lot of times you get in those positions where, you know, it's your first game back and you look back, like the first time he really practiced, I would say was, 2 weeks into fall camp, right?
Yeah.
So, he's not really doing a bunch of things throughout the week. So, to get thrown out there on Saturday, right? And the only live reps you really get, you saw Coach Rule on the chasing three. I think he was like, we're going to practice a little bit faster on Friday for Javen, right? So like you're doing like little things to make sure like one of your better guys on defense can get these reps. And now what this allows for this defense, it allows depth at linebacker first, but it allows versatility at linebacker, because I would say John Bullock is expanding his role as a football player. He's playing really good football. He can go from, blitzing to spy to playing man on a running back. But I think the one thing I would say they're missing is being able to put a backer on a tight end, just in some type of blitz scenario, maybe go dime package. And we saw Javen. That's when he was in the first drive of the game, dime, right?
Mhm.
So dime simply just means you got you're going to take your linebackers out. You're going to leave one linebacker in, and you're going to put all DBs on the field. And you're usually going to play some type of man, some type of soft coverage. Usually it's an obvious pass down. But what you're able to do is that, I would say what they play on the outside is like a lot of forms of cover two, a lot of softer coverage. Well, when you're playing cover two and you're playing this quarters that they love to play, you need some type of middle dropper. And, Javen being 6'5", he's kept his weight on around 225, but that 6'5" having to throw over that window, like that's
a tough drop.
And,
bucket.
and his arm length, he's like a 7.5 foot wingspan. Like
and he's athletic. Like he'll jump for that thing.
Exactly. So like you just add, and obviously he's a headhunter. We saw him run sideline. And we've seen, the hits from last year and stuff like that. So that piece, and that's a veteran piece that you want on the field. He adds energy to the defense. He's a smart guy. He's not going to get fooled by a lot of things. He's played a lot of football. Those are the type of guys you want around.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's a big deal that I think too is as we play some of these games, I think people, as they see it, they'll be like, okay, yeah, we feel really good that he's back out there, because I think he's going to continue to just be better through this game. And it might even be one of those games where it's like quarters 1 through 4, he gets better again, just getting acclimated through the entire thing. But we'll keep talking about this game. We'll throw to our first break here. What's Brewing? Chancellor Brewington. Got the former Husker tight end to my left. We'll keep things rolling on Ticket Weeknights.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Gentlemen, it's time to elevate your style with something from our men's jewelry and watch collection. Why not treat yourself to the ultimate in luxury? We've got an incredible selection of pre-owned Rolex watches, even those hard-to-find models you've been dreaming of. Whether you're stepping up your game day look or adding a touch of class to everyday wear, our top-tier collection is sure to impress. Stop by Sartor Heyman and discover the perfect piece to reflect your unique style. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop! Woohoo!
Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. Second segment, What's Brewing? Chancellor Brewington, got the former Husker tight end, as always. To my left in studio with me, if you guys want to join in, Sarter Heyman text line open to you as always. And again, if you want to put a face to the voice, use the streams. We did get a couple comments in here. Jim gives his prediction. He's got the Huskers winning as well. Not on nearly as big as a margin as us, but I'll take a Husker win nonetheless. He's got Huskers 24-17 over Rutgers.
Oh boy, that's a close one.
That's
a close
about
one.
the 7. I think Vegas is still around 7, favoring Nebraska.
Yeah, that's what I see right now. 7. And when you look at Rutgers, their last 4 games, I'll say the best opponent was probably Virginia Tech. I don't really know how good this Washington team is. I just don't really know defensive wise, and they're just they're a group of guys. This Washington team is that they just kind of came together, and a bunch of new pieces. Not a team that's played a lot of football together. They're just getting acclimated to each other. Rutgers so far, you look at points per game. Howard, they scored 44. Akron, they scored 49. Virginia Tech, 26. Washington, 21. You're seeing it go down a little bit, right?
As the competition gets better.
Yeah, you're seeing it level out. And, if they're putting 21 against Washington, I would say, Belichick, it sounds crazy, but Belichick, his son, Belichick Jr., I'm not familiar with his real name, his first name, I should say.
Isn't it Steve?
It might be Steve.
I think it's Steve.
The
hair is awesome.
The hair is crazy. I was going to say that.
I mean, I just, you know what? He catches me in a little bit of gaze watching him on the sideline. That is a crazy look, but he just looks like he looks like a head coach.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he looks and he's dialed that defense up. I would just say they're maybe a little short, like as far as defensive linemen. But I mean, as far as the scoring 21 points on Washington, if you're scoring 21 points on Washington, I believe, I don't think you're getting up to 21 points against Nebraska. I just really don't believe that. And especially Tony White, man. Tony White's going to scheme something up to where he's I would say he's packing the box up and he's making them throw it. I think that's the game plan. You're loading the box. You got 7 in the box at all times. They're going to do a bunch of RPO stuff. I would force them to throw the ball. I'll force this quarterback to make really, really hard decisions. I'll load the box up, make sure we're eating up that split zone, make sure we're getting penetration, maybe D-line looping front side, back side, some gaps and stuff like that. Sending pressure into it, making sure our DNs, making sure Jamari Butler, making sure Mitch Sherman, MJ Sherman, making sure I just said Mitch Sherman, MJ Sherman, making sure Prince Will, making sure all these guys are playing. Bro, I just said making sure all these guys are playing sound, because they're gonna do a bunch of stuff. They're gonna run tight ends and motions. They're gonna do these flat routes. They're gonna do arc bubbles, all these different things, right? So you just got to make sure you're playing sound football at the end of the day.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm just going through the depth chart right now, trying to see kind of what we at here. I'm trying to think about what these matchups are going to look like, because he's kind of been talked about already. It's not gone on our way, but Sierra Wright has been phenomenal.
Yeah, and now what happens though? I guess that's the question. What happens?
He plays so good. I think you got to play him, right? Him and Tommy. Is that what you do?
So you're gonna bench Buford for playing good football?
Do you bench Tommy? Because that seems insane.
You can't bench Tommy.
I think it's Sierra Wright. You definitely don't bench, but I think you give him some more reps and you let those guys battle it out. But I just think I don't know. What's that look like on defense? Do you do that to your guys at that position?
Because this is where it gets rough. You don't do that to Buford because Buford hasn't let up anything.
You certainly let him start.
Yeah, but now here comes the question mark. You throw Sierra Wright in for a couple plays, then you throw a cold Buford in who hasn't played in a couple, maybe a drive or two. And all of a sudden,
they're gonna take a shot.
They take a shot on him, right? Or they take a shot on Sierra when he comes in. He's not fresh. He gets bombed on, and then you get field position. So it's kind of it's a tough situation. That's why being a backup and being a 2 is not always fun, because they love you until they don't really need you as much. And so Tommy Hill gonna go in there. I'm assuming so. Coach Rule said during his presser today that Tommy Hill has been practicing. His foot feels good. And that's what you want to see.
We did have Jim ask, is Tommy all right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I feels like it might be it just depends. Like how if he's been practicing, I think it'll be. I mean, Tommy Hill's a quote unquote NFL second, third, fourth round pick.
I would say now,
Yeah, maybe even push back to fifth, depending on how you feel about it. But certainly NFL caliber. So it's unless it just to me, it just depends how much do you trust Wright? Like, is he looking that good in that position, and how healthy is Tommy? Because if he's healthy, you're going with him.
And I would say, as far as Rutgers receivers go, you got taller guys. I mean, you got some 6'4", 6'5" guys. But you've played the best, some of the best receivers you're going to play. I would say, of course, Ohio State will be the true challenge. But I mean, Colorado, they had good receivers. Illinois had good receivers. They
really like their tight end, Kenny Fletcher, too.
Really?
That's going to be he's third right now. So they got Miller, Demir Miller. He's got 227 yards on the season with 15 receptions. Ian Strong, 12 receptions for 186 yards. And then Kenny Fletcher actually has the most receptions with 16 for 122 yards.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not
Purdue exposed that a little bit.
Yeah,
with the tight end play, but I think that goes back to your point of what you can play with different packages now that you have Javen back in there.
Yeah, and 15 receptions through 4 games. That's 3.5, 3.2, 3.6, 3.7, catches a game, right? So it's not like these guys aren't getting a bunch of targets.
It's very balanced. It's very, you probably like 60-40. Rutgers, how they like to do their run pass.
It probably might be even 65-35, to be honest with
It
you.
might be.
It might be but it's interesting. The way they get to their passes it's not like a drop back and whatever. It's like, play action, get into the flat real quick, or play action, throw a bubble, or play action, throw it into flat to the running back. So it's like those type of things. It's not really traditional Nebraska, Dylan sit back and go through a 4-read, 5-read progression.
They're
and get the
schemed
ball
up.
out. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, moving forward, you gotta find a way to shut down something, and I think the something is running the football. And so if they come out and start throwing the football, Harrison, now you're kind of like that's what we took. That's what we're gonna leave them, right? If they come out and throw the football, now you make some adjustments, but you can't make too many. You gotta let them expose themselves in the passing.
I was
game.
gonna say, until they beat us, I'm not changing squat.
Yeah,
until you prove you can actually do it.
And I'm not gonna say they probably will hit some shots on us. They probably will, because we've been playing a lot of quarters, a lot of cover 2, a lot of soft coverage, clouding some of these corners. Protecting Sayer Wright in some situations, maybe protecting Buford in some uncomfortable situations. But now I think it's time to say, hey, y'all ready now? Like, y'all ready? We're going to put you in we're going to press you and not have you have safety help over top. Like, we're going to press you and we're going to send our backers that aren't going to cover over the middle like they usually do. I think that's what you do, because this is a game where you can mess around and get a couple turnovers in the air. You can get a couple picks.
That's how you always talk about Nebraska. Why do they always so behind on the turnover margin? That's been part of it, right? Because like when you put those guys in those situations, the quarterback sees it, the wide receiver sees it. There's a good chance you might have a 50-50 ball come your way. And if you're the better player, it's a turnover. Or at least a swat away at the very least. But I mean, if they got safety help over top, like they're not even going to throw it that way. And maybe the defense gets a sack, maybe you get a fumble, maybe he just throws it away. But when you kind of put those and you test the quarterback like that and you challenge him, I mean, that's how you come away with some of those big, huge momentum picks.
Yeah, and if we win this, because Rutgers, I believe they have 3 picks so far and 3 forced fumbles. So if you look at the turnover margin, like you have to capitalize on something. Whether it could be, and I could see it being this. And this could be crazy. We might have to clip this, but I could see one of the first turnovers simply just being a tip ball. Ty Robinson tips some up. Quarterback has I would say I don't think he has much touch on the ball. I don't think he's a very skilled thrower, I should say. So, I could see sending pressure, get a tip, just capitalize on things like that. But I would say that's going to be my first turnover. That's going to be my first turnover right there. A tip interception.
Strip sack.
Oh, strip sack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Strip sack. We'll go Nash. Falls on top of it.
Oh.
Ty Robinson.
Nash is due for a big game.
It feels like he's kind of been quiet a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's due for a big game.
And this is where I'm at with this defense. I was talking to Marnie Pearson all about it. Right now, there's no question. You are a good defense.
Yeah, you're a good defense.
Let's go be great. Go be top 10.
Ooh, go be top 10.
Top 10. I mean, seriously, right? What's the expectation? I mean, last year, this team lived through the black shirts entirely.
Right.
I mean, it just was such a disaster on the offensive side of the ball. Like, this is where, if you're that black shirt defense, you hear all this high praise. Like, it's time to go be elite. I think there's enough continuity there. You had guys coming back. You didn't have guys to come back just to be good.
Mm.
Like, and that's just kind of how I feel about it. And I think they're good enough, and the confidence should be there going forward. I want to see a top 10 defense. And I think it starts with this game and how you shut Rutgers down. That's why I have 35-10, because I expect to kind of see that next jump. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Rule had I'm going to probably butcher some of these stats, but he had an interesting thing to say about the penalties. I believe Rutgers in the positive light, Rutgers is 13th in the nation in penalties. So there's not a lot of penalties called on them, and there's not a lot of yards on those penalties, right? So they're 13th, and Nebraska, I believe, is like 113th.
Yeah.
So when you look at what Nebraska needs to do, and if you look at, the 6, I believe there's been like 6 drives where teams have scored or something crazy like that. And like 4 out of the 6 drives were all penalty drives.
Mm-hmm.
So now that's why data and, analytics and stats are so important, because you get to break these down and those things they're like, you can't hide, but you can't avoid these things. When someone says, yeah, every time we give up penalties, the other team score. Like, you can't avoid that. So this is a perfect game to clean that up. One question mark we had going into Purdue game was, okay, for me at least, was the penalties. How do you respond with the penalties? How do you become a more disciplined football team? And obviously, I don't think we did that. 9 penalties.
Question mark's still there for me.
Question mark's still there. So now you have to show something. You have to show a more disciplined team. And I'm sure we'll talk about the kicking game and all that good stuff.
Yeah. To be fair, I also got a question mark on the Big Ten officiating crew. So we got a couple question marks. It's a little bit us. Certainly, I mean, you can't blame everything on the refs. There's times where don't even put yourself in that position if you're that far away from the play. There's other times refs are seeing ghosts. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. And we go on this rant all the time. It's not just Nebraska. It'll be somebody else come Saturday. Like, somebody always kind of gets screwed over a little bit by how the officiating goes. And that's an entire another rant all in itself. But if you're Nebraska, that's why it's important. Like, don't do anything at least obvious. You can live with some bad phantom calls, but you have those on top of just bad penalties that are legit on top of it. Like, that's how things spiral out of control. And then you get Matt Rule, getting unsportsmanlike sideline penalties, which, to be fair, I think it did give that team a spark. Maybe they needed it because they played a hell of a lot better after that moment. With that being said, though, we'll go ahead. What do you want to talk about on the last side?
I want to talk about field goals and running back distribution and carries.
Too tough subject to handle for the last 5 minutes. We'll do that next. Don't go anywhere. What's brewing? Chancellor Brewington.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Gentlemen, it's time to elevate your style with something from our men's jewelry and watch collection. Why not treat yourself to the ultimate in luxury? We've got an incredible selection of pre-owned Rolex watches, even those hard-to-find models you've been dreaming of. Whether you're stepping up your game day look or adding a touch of class to everyday wear, our top-tier collection is sure to impress. Stop by Sartor Heyman and discover the perfect piece to reflect your unique style. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker concrete, and Beatrice concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment. What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington, the former Husker tight end. And to my left, if you guys want to join in like you have been and continue using the streams, shout out the conservative Husker who joined us. We'll bring that one in here. Good point as well. And then, of course, the starter Heyman text line. I want to read this one. Coach White is preserving players. Lots of plays with either hut or tie. Later games will have both of them out of all times. Never mind. I'm not breaking that one down completely. I guess he's talking about kind of how we have enough development to kind of not necessarily have all those guys out there at the same time.
Right.
Which is helpful for sure.
Yeah, I think this is a game where Rutgers is going to run the ball, 40 times, get up there 35, 40 times. And so you're going to, that front seven, meaning the D line, that jack position, and the linebackers, that you're going to have. That's why Stephon Thompson coming back this week. You got Javen Wright back. You obviously got Makai and John Bullock. Like you want as many guys, Vincent Shavers as well. You want as many guys that you can keep rotating because, I mean, God forbid there's a 10-play drive, right? And, Rutgers is running the ball, 75, 80% of the time. That's going to wear down this defense. So that's where you want to throw bodies in. So I would say this game is a game where you need Nash and Ty to play most amount of snaps. You need MJ and Prince Will to get in there, and especially MJ. This will be a good game for him because I think he's excelled. He's showed that I would say his skill set is playing the run a little bit more. I think Prince Will is the more skilled pass rusher for sure. I would say he's one of the more skilled. It'll be interesting to see like where our James Williams package where he comes in and pass rush. Like, are we going to see more of him, or are we going to see a lot more of Jamari because Jamari seems like he's been able to play the run. You got the young guys, the young guys coming in. I wouldn't, I don't know where Van Poppel is, where he is with like reps and red shirt and all these different things, but throwing in as many guys as possible. That's what you want. That's what you want. And this front seven is going to have a challenge, and they're going to load the box. They're going to count this front seven to stop the run, and that they just got to accept the challenge.
Yeah, and I was looking at the player real quick because I. Thinking about Nash, like this is a game for me. Like I want to see like the Vincent Valentine version of Nash, like back in the day. Like he was not appreciated enough for how good of a run stopper he was. Because I'll tell you what, he made those gaps so hard because he never got pushed back. Say what you will if you want to critique him about not being able to get enough pressure in the backfield. I'll tell you one thing, he never went backwards. All right, you weren't going to be able to move that thing around, and it just makes the rules so much easier for those backers filling those lanes. Knowing that whoever's on that nose, like they're not going to budge. And if anything, they're going to push that thing further in and just make it that much more chaotic. Maybe, pushing that pressure for that running back, have to take an extra step just to get moving. Like that's kind of the game I want to see from Nash. Like really just, make that pocket implode from you pressing in right on the front of it.
Yeah. Making sure you, if you're Nash, you're causing double teams. You're taking out two blockers. You're doing the right things, of course, and that frees up Ty, that frees up Jamari, that frees up really the back end, that frees up John Bullock to make some plays, that frees up Makai to make some plays, frees up Javen Wright, Stephon Thompson to make some plays. What I want to talk about is this quickly. We got a couple minutes left. I want to talk about this kicking game and what you do. What Coach Rule came out,
hold, kick, right?
Yeah, he said he came out and said that they had great operations throughout the week at practice. And he said, hole's one of the best you're going to find, right? That's what he said, right? And when you look at the tape, and you look at like not all of them was holes fought. Obviously, it's like you said, snap, placer, and kick, of course, right? So you got to fix those things. But as far as an offense, now you gotta get a little you don't like take your faith away from Ho because you're still going to need him. But I think your mentality is, we just need him. We just need him for extra points because we're going to score every time. That's the mindset you need to have now, because going 0 for 8 on third down, first half against Purdue, this game, it should piss you off. It should fire you up. You should try to score every time. And I think Satterfield was a little pissed off. You kind of saw it in Chasing 3 a little bit, like,
oh yeah, you could tell he was fired up.
He was fired up. So I think I believe we're gonna put up a lot of points. I say offensive wise, and we're not gonna need a lot of extra points.
Yeah,
I mean field goals, I should say.
That's my same thing. I mean, that's how I got to 35. Right, get 6, not 3. Nothing against Hole, but let's not use him if we don't need to.
Exactly. Then next point before we get out of here, Emmett Johnson.
How many carries?
You got to go above 10. If he doesn't give above 10, I think
15 is my minimum. You better give him 15 at least.
Yeah, because it's an interesting game. I mean, if Raiola, if they're gonna play soft coverage or they're gonna send blitzes and Raiola is just throwing into these things and dicing this team up, and it's a true 50-50 pass, 50-50 run. Do you try to? This is the thing though. If Rutgers is trying to play this run heavy game, are you gonna try to make it a time possession game where we're going to run the football too and we're going to slow things down? Or are you just going to play your game and you're going to throw the ball downfield? You're going to score quick like Nebraska has shown they can. So we'll see.
I think it's one of those things like you can't just lock in on stopping the run versus Nebraska. Because we have a quarterback that doesn't allow it. Exactly. So that's why I feel pretty comfortable like 50, right?
Yeah.
Dante still gets his, but Emmett should get at least a good uptick. Because he deserves it at the very least.
We probably boycott if he doesn't.
Something like that. All right. Don't go anywhere. Keep things rolling. Uncut with Kyle Perry. Shout out Chancellor Brewington, the host as always to my left. We're going to keep things rolling here on Ticket Weeknights. Talk to you in a little bit.